The purpose of this video is to show you how to measure a dose of insulin using digital calipers. So you'll need digital calipers. We have 4-inch that we got from Harbor Freight, and then your insulin syringe, and we have a magnifying glass, but whatever you use to look at your dose. So the calipers, you want to turn them on and run it down to 0. You want to be sure that it says millimeters in the corner, because you can measure in millimeters or inch, but for the dosing you'll have to measure in millimeters. And then be sure you run it down and 0 it out. So press the 0 button until it's on 0, and then you're ready to put it on whatever your particular dose might, or measurement for your dose might be. We're using Teromo U100 3/10 cc's insulin syringes, and I've measured several syringes and found that 1 unit in this syringe is 1.52 millimeters. If you're using any other kind of syringe, then you will need to do your own measurements to see how many millimeters are in that particular syringe. So you just move it up until you get it to the number that you need, and then you'll cinch it down. So I'm going to do one that I already have done and show you. It's at 1.52. It's cinched down and it's ready to go. So then draw insulin into your syringe and get the bubbles out as you normally would, and then express insulin till you get close to what you think your dose normally is, but don't go past it. Be sure you have a little excess. And in this case I'm looking at 1 unit. That's what I'm going to use as my example today. So you will then, I use a magnifying glass, and you will put the calipers against the syringe to measure the distance. It should come out to 1.52. So it's trial and error. You measure it, and then if it's too much, then you want to take a little bit of insulin out, just like you normally would. And you keep doing that until you get close to what your dose is. So it's just it's a process. So I'm going to show you one. You just keep doing that. I'm going to show you one that I've already drawn up, and that's actually at my measurement, and to show you exactly what it will look like when you have it at the right dose. You find this plastic ring around the Teromos and line it up, and then make sure that the bottom arm is lined up flush with the top of the plunger. And that would be the equivalent of a 1 unit dose using this particular syringes. Again, if you're using a Monoject, BD, Rely On, you're going to have to figure out what the millimeter distance is for a 1 unit dose. And then if you are dosing half a unit, then you'll have to make the adjustments on the caliper. So for Teromo, this particular type Teromo syringe, half a unit would be 0.76 millimeters. So I would move that down to that amount, and that's what I would dose for my half a unit. So for each dose that you have, you'll need to change the measurement on the caliper so as you expel the insulin, you can get to the right dose.